Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Hey guys, LevelCap here, and that's my best impression of G-Man from Half-Life 2. Today we're going to be having an episode of Loadout, and as you can guess, it is Half-Life 2 related. Half-Life 2 is one of my favorite single-player games. Had awesome expansions, the story was really deep, characters were really well written, and of course it was built on the Source engine, which gave way to other awesome games like Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead, Counter-Strike Source, which I guess has evolved into Counter-Strike Global something, Counter-Strike Global Boredom, I think that's what it's called. But anyway, before I start some comment rage from the Counter-Strike fans out there, let's get on to this episode of Loadout. Now, for those of you not familiar with the premise for Loadout, it's a series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick a gun and accessories that I run with, and I will pick one of the top rated comments for the next episode. Now, today's top comment comes from BFHC. He says, the Gordon Freeman Loadout. Play with the assault kit. Use the MP7, I think Half-Life 2 was one of the first games to include this weapon, American Hollow Sight, Extended Mag, G17, the pistol the police used in the first Half-Life, I do remember that, M320 in order to represent the underbarrel grenade launcher the MP7 had in Half-Life 2. It's a bit strange because the size of the weapon, but it was in there. Squad ammo. It can work in close quarters and helps to rememorate. Is that a word? I guess it is. Helps to rememorate, I guess. Our loved Half-Life and Half-Life 2. Greetings from Spain. And well, Mr. BFHC, as I said before, I do have a fond memory of Half-Life and Half-Life 2, as you do, and yeah, this MP7 with the holoscope on here, something that I probably never would have ran with this gun before, does look a lot like from the gun from Half-Life 2, so it is kind of cool looking. And I was thinking that I was going to absolutely hate this gun, and for some maps I do, because holoscope, MP7 without a laser sight, which is just like blasphemy. If you're not running a laser sight on the MP7, you're running it wrong. So in my opinion, this is kind of a silly loadout. But I did manage to do pretty well with it on some No Char Canal gameplay. A lot of the maps are too long range to make the MP7 truly effective, and even with its incredibly high rate of fire of 950 rounds per minute, making it the second fastest firing weapon in the game, the FAMAS being the first fastest firing weapon, this gun only does 11.2 damage at range. Now its max damage is 20, and the drop-off starts at 12 meters away, so that's not too far away, and the drop-off ends at 46 meters, where it will be doing 11.2 damage. So you can imagine long range maps, this gun, aside from the spread of the bullets when you actually fire them out of the gun, even when you do end up hitting your target, you're going to be doing so little damage that it's just going to be not really viable for any sort of long range scenario. That being said, the MP7 definitely does have a place in close quarter combat. This thing has some great base hipfire accuracy. It has a 1.0 hipfire spread, so even without the laser sight, you're going to be able to drop people with your hipfire very accurately. Obviously, you're going to want to run laser sight. There's no reason not to run laser sight aside from maybe not pointing yourself out to your enemies easier, but the hipfire accuracy when you're running laser sight on the MP7 is ridiculous. It's pretty much as good as when you're aiming down sights with the MP7. So you could just run around and hipfire with the MP7. But since we're trying to be true to the game here, no laser sight, you're just going to have to hipfire and ADS alternating. Now, in previous videos, I have talked about the ultimate close quarter weapons, and it's no surprise that I think the M5K is one of the better ones out there. But I will say that the MP7 comes in at a close second or maybe third. It depends. The PDWs are also similar, but the MP7 is a great gun, and it really does come down to a stats game. And at one point in time, the MP7 was the ultimate CQB weapon. The problem was that the M5K came out. The M5K was a piece of junk. I think I did my initial review calling it one of the worst guns in the game because of its crappy ammunition capacity and its really low damage output, not to mention like worse rate of fire than like the MP7. So it was just like worse off than the MP7 in every single way, and just a bad gun in general. Then DICE buffed the M5K, and now it is ridiculously good, even better than the MP7 in terms of damage output. And your reload speed on the M5K is great too. So that's one of the problems with the MP7 is they sort of buffed the M5K and then we're like, oh wait, Now the MP7 isn't particularly useful. It's not that you can't make an argument for the MP7 being better than the M5K. It does have 40 rounds when you equip it with extended mags. And as you can see from the footage here, I'm having no problem dropping guys. This thing dishes out quite a lot of damage. And you can aim for the head. Now, sadly, I'm not doing quite as good as I could be with the MP7 because when you get the laser on here, and I know I'm just going to talk about how awesome this gun is with the laser sight all video, but that's because it is. When you get the laser sight on here, you can just keep your crosshair at head level, never aim down sight, and just take down your targets that way. The great thing about hipfire is that it just makes it easy to acquire headshots on targets very quickly. You kind of adopt the Counter-Strike aiming mentality where you can just always keep your crosshair at head level and just deal with people's heads. You don't have to body shot them anymore. But now that we're not really using the laser sight, we got some of that ADS action in there. It's going to make quick headshot acquisition a little bit trickier. Now this here's a fun little 10 kill streak, and although 10 kills isn't a particularly impressive kill streak, when you're doing it in the center of no-shar canals, that is a bit more impressive. Hanging out in the middle of no-shar canals is pretty much a death sentence, and I just go in there when I want some quick, guaranteed action and some chaos, because you got so many corners and angles with people popping out from every possible direction that you're just bound to get snuck up on at some point in time, and somebody's going to flank you, and that's just going to be the end of it. So to get 10 kills in close quarters here is something that I'm impressed by, and I actually managed to run out of ammo and then switch to pistol, and that guy gets the better of me. Now, there's no way around customizing the MP7. I think it's pretty much just got one type of loadout that is the best for it. I mean, disregarding sight, whatever sight you like to use is fine, but extended mags, laser sight, that's it. That's the only way you're going to outfit it. And I think DICE, when they upgraded the M5K to make it so good, they sort of left the MP7 with a little bit of an Achilles heel, which I feel doesn't really represent how the gun would perform in real life, and that is the reload speed on the MP7. Now, let me interrupt myself real quick to just pinpoint some awesome target acquisition here. Now, I thought I killed that first guy, kill the second guy, come back to the first guy, reload, and check this out, peeking around the corner, follow that guy, and transition into that guy. 2 kills. I gotta watch this again in slow-mo. Okay, check this out. Turn the corner, hip fire the first guy, go to aiming down sights as the second guy runs past and gets a headshot. I transition to him and manage to finish him off. Some damn impressive aiming on my part, and just bad luck for that second guy. It was probably one of the cooler double kills I've ever gotten. But back to the Achilles heel of the MP7, and that is the short reload time of 2.4 seconds. Now you're going to be hitting this short reload time because you got 40 rounds in a mag, and you're probably going to be hitting that 90-95% of the time when you reload this gun, assuming you reload at appropriate times. 2.4 seconds for a gun that's intended for CQB is pretty bad. It's like a death sentence. It's why nobody uses the FAMAS. Even though the thing shoots amazingly fast, the 3-second reload time is just a killer. And 2.4 seconds, although faster than 3, is still pretty bad for CQB. Your basic assault rifle like an M16, M416, the carbine M4, those things reload fast, like 1.8, 1.85 seconds. And the fact that those guns reload that much faster than this weapon when it has a pistol-style magazine reload is ridiculous, especially since DICE gives the pistols the fastest reloads in the game. The MP7 should be an incredibly fast reload, and I think it would be a good way to try and balance it out and help it take back some of the crown that the M5K stole from it. Anyway, the MP7 isn't all bad. It's a good gun still, despite the long reload time, and I've actually made me think that running a hollow sight on the MP7 isn't such a bad idea, because if you are going to be running it with laser sight for most of the time, the few instances that you want to take out a long range target, you might want a tiny bit more zoom on this weapon. So, you know what? I think hollow sight really does make a bit of sense. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to submit your comments down below for the next episode of Loadout. I'll see you guys next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.